Hi, everybody. So I wanted to just come on and I guess this is sort of like a rant video. Anyways, just I wanted to share something that had happened. So I'll start from the beginning. So my daughter had to go to the dentist to get 3 cavities filled. Yes, cue mom guilt, but that's another post. Anyways, this was her first real experience at the dentist. She's been to the dentist, but obviously at 4.5 years old, she's never had fillings. So I talked about it. I prepped her as much as I could, as I always do for new experiences. And when we got there, she expressed that she was very nervous, and I said, well, I just kind of reassured her. Anyway, so we get there, the dentist and the assistant take her back into the space, and she sat down, and the dentist was very just impatient and just started shoving all these things in, this loud noises, not explaining anything to her. And she got really scared, and she started to cry, and saying her stomach hurts, just really getting all of the physical symptoms of fear. And so anyways, long story short is I did everything that I could to try to help calm her down. Meanwhile, this was a half an hour appointment that they booked for a child's first fillings, for 3 fillings. And it was about 20 minutes in, and then the dentist left. She didn't tell me where she was going. She just left, and then came back with like a referral to another dental office, and she said, well, she's gonna have to be sedated. We can't do anything about it. And then the dentist left, and so I was there with the assistant, and I just looked at the assistant, and I was like, she just needs a minute. Like, I know my child. She needs just a minute. She needs to be explained about things, have questions answered. She needs to be talked to, and she needs a minute to work through her fear. Long story short, that assistant heard me, went and got a different dentist who came in and was fantastic. Took his time, really explained the process to my daughter, what was going to happen, what each kind of tool did, all of that. And right away, I could see my daughter shift, and the fear began to dissipate. And she got all 3 fillings done in probably about 15 minutes. So the reason I'm posting about this, you might be like, who cares about your daughter's first experience of fillings? I know you guys don't know me personally. So the reason I'm posting this is that I really came home, and I was so proud of my daughter, and I told her how proud I was of her from moving from fear and into courage, into bravery. As adults, it's so hard for us to do that. And it just made me really think of how conditioned we are as a society to push people, whether they're children, adults, whoever it is, to try and resolve negative emotions, whether it's fear, depression, anxiety, grief, to push through them and do it quickly, because we don't have time. We don't have time to let you sit and process it. And that kind of mentality goes against everything that I work with my clients, how I live my life, what I teach, and my mindfulness based approach. It's just, it goes against it, because when we are pushing against negative emotions and saying there's a certain time frame in which you need to resolve this, that doesn't actually help dissipate those negative emotions. It actually increases them, and it helps us looking at our negative emotions even more negatively. Like, we don't want this, and how do we get rid of it quickly? And trying to get rid of anything quickly doesn't work. So I was really proud of myself. I was proud of my daughter for taking a stance and requesting that she has more time to work through it on her time frame, because I want her to know, and I want everybody in this, in who I come in to contact with, to know that there's no rush. There's no rush. Sit with your negative emotions, be with them, and in your own time, they will begin to dissipate. You will be able to let go, or at least move through them in a more gentler, kinder way. So yeah, just because something is how we've always done it, or how people before us or anything has done it, doesn't mean we need to continue to do it that way. I spoke up for my daughter. I spoke to the staff at the place, and they have agreed when it's the first filling, they're going to add on more time. Whether the child needs it or not, that's up to them. But let's provide that space for our children and for ourselves. There's no rush. Thanks for listening to my rant.